Whispers for Daddy.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. It's me, Beth, and welcome to Whispers for Daddy.
He's gone. He's done. He's done. Liam's out. He's like, fuck this shit.
Pussy Whispers for Daddy.
If you guys haven't noticed, we have at least one cat.
At least one.
Well,
We're actually minus one now.
But we did
we
have a
still
cat.
have 3 pussies, but no cat.
They're probably
Where
behind
the
us.
fuck is Maggie? I was gonna ask
you
this
know
earlier,
what?
but I was eating the
Where is
French
she?
fries like a gremlin.
Is she in your room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
better
wow.
pee. What the fuck?
It all started earlier when Michael wouldn't give her cheese.
Oh, that's the secret ingredient to the cats.
I don't want my dog to be
But
a fucking
also,
Oompa Loompa.
We have a fun treat for them when they come back.
Oh, yeah. I
Oh,
guess.
that's right.
You should grab the box of cat. You should have grabbed the box of
Yeah,
cat
we
treats.
should
We could have
Next
shook it
one.
and they would have fucking came over
We're
here.
not getting up for anything else.
We'll
But
do
the
it on
size
next
those
one.
motherfuckers are, they are only running for
The
treats.
babies are free, is what we were getting at. The babies are free this time, minus Maggie.
Mm,
So we might have some surprise guests.
yeah.
I hope so.
At least 4.
At least.
Somewhere.
Anyways,
Anywho.
what are we doing today?
What is the topic?
That's all I've got.
I do have a weird story, actually.
Kaylee's gonna start
Go
off.
for
We're
it.
doing weird stories today. From Reddit and
This
anywhere
is
else.
from Reddit. I don't have the proof because it was, do you remember my ex-boyfriend, Michael?
Yes, I do.
Sadly. You know Mike?
Sadly.
Yeah,
do a little
that
beep
guy.
there.
So I dated that guy. Yeah, anyway. He came up to me one day and he decided to tell me, and I saw the pictures, the posts, everything. Not that I wanted to. Hold on, I'm a little nauseous. But it was like something to do with like these people, like this couple was like trying to see how much like mold or like bacteria, I'm not sure exactly, to like, or fungal shit would grow on their bodies if they stopped showering. Specifically like their genitals. And then they would like collect it.
Ball cheese.
So another thing of dick cheese, yeah.
But like his girlfriend did it too. Like they did it together.
Why would
Like,
you
they were,
want
like,
to do that?
Into it, and they did it for a while, and the reason they stopped is because, surprise, his girlfriend kept getting like infections in her genital areas because well, it's a seeping hole and you need to shower.
I have a story to add to that
That's
after this
fucking
one's done.
sickening.
But I got to see not like, and it wasn't just like, obviously it wasn't just in their genital areas because like they just stopped showering. So I got to see some weird armpits.
How long did they not shower for?
Weeks, months.
I can't.
Oh no.
Can you imagine sitting next
It
to
was
somebody
months.
smelling that?
No.
Oh no.
Mm.
I couldn't have been years because that girl probably would have rotted literally from the
She
inside
probably would have
out.
had sepsis or some shit.
For
From the
real.
out-
Did they not
Outside in.
even? Did they not go in
Yeah.
any like bodies of water or anything? Like they didn't even go swimming or anything.
I don't know if they swam, but they definitely didn't shower.
Not like a quick rinse.
No.
No soap or anything.
No.
Just like
no.
a quick rinse.
No. Do you know how many people are out there in the world? There's some weirdos, okay? No, they did not shower. They didn't shower.
And you knew these people?
No, it was on a Reddit.
Oh.
It was on a Reddit post.
Ew.
God damn. No, I didn't know these fucking people.
I mean,
And
it
if
sounds
she
like
did,
some
she's
people
not
you
admitting
might
to it.
know.
Some people that Mike might know, but definitely not me. That makes me.
Oh.
So yeah.
Oh.
Could you imagine the smell?
No, I don't want
That's
to.
what I'm saying.
Some shitty
Like,
Like,
how
group
you could not
humans.
even
Oh.
stand next to that person.
The stories that
Go
this
to do
man
it.
shared with me, because I don't know if you remember when we were talking about that weird like stuff last podcast episode when I was talking about the girl that made spaghetti in her butthole.
Oh yeah.
God,
Yeah.
That was from Mike
Yeah.
too.
What
And
the
there was
fuck
a
is
video.
wrong with
I
him?
it was a
Remind us
video.
of that.
So yeah, that man, I got trauma plus the weird ass Reddit stories. Apparently,
Was he trying
It
to
just
like say,
surfaced
"Hey,
in the brain.
Kaylee, this is what I want to do," or what?
No, he was just like
Okay.
he just like he was one of those people that like, because people actually like scroll through Reddit. If you, There's actually a lot on Reddit, so people that like actually learn how to work it and like
Reddit can
whatever.
get gnarly.
Yeah. So and that motherfucker scrolled through some Reddit, and one day I think it was during like the COVID shutdown, so like we were stuck in like the house together, and he was just like, "Hey, look at this." I'm like, that is vile. That is absolutely vile.
So, this isn't Reddit, but back in the day when I was a young gal, I used to be into YouTube.
Well,
Used
that's-
to?
That
Into
was the
YouTube.
thing.
I mean, I use it still, but like
I mean, you are now literally in YouTube.
I know, but like this was different because like I didn't do anything to be on YouTube. I just consumed the videos and everything. But I think it was a YouTube at least. It's been a long time. But I watched a YouTube video one time about a girl who made sourdough starters.
Ew. Using her own yeast.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Ooh.
fucking sickening.
All natural, baby.
Ooh. Natural on a whole
That's
nother
definitely
level.
good.
Yeah. She made
It's
bread out of
bigger-
it too.
It's a bigger thing than you would think that it is.
Worked.
That's like.
I've heard of girls making cheese from it too.
Oh,
my God.
I was gonna
Ugh.
say.
Got some nice
That's
veg
fucking
cheese.
gross.
we
Yeah.
are.
This
starting
is
Wow.
also the reason why sometimes at work potlucks, it's like, where the fuck did that come from?
Have you guys seen the girl?
Just saying.
Have you guys seen the girl on TikTok where it's like everybody's so creative?
The employee lunches.
That's
Yeah.
she's one of my favorite.
Yeah. Oh my god.
that just killed her.
The employee luncheons. My stepdad actually used to work like there, I guess, and he's like back in the day they used to piss in the chili and serve that shit to people.
That's
People used
gross
to
as
eat.
fuck.
You know the traditional chili that they make pots of, and this motherfuckers used to piss in that.
That checks out.
Does it surprise you?
It did when he told me the
It
story.
makes me really
doesn't
glad that I
surprise
don't
me.
eat chili.
Maybe that's what made it. Maybe that's why they like it so much and they kept the recipe, but now it just doesn't taste the same.
Oh no.
That recipe hasn't changed in years. Just like
fucking
ours.
kills me.
Just like ours. Maybe they used to piss in ours.
Maybe they put a little bit of titty juice in it now. Just
I ain't putting no titty juice in there.
I'm just,
You know, okay, so serious note on that. Something that I learned back when I was nursing. Nothing I did. There are like athletes that will go out of their way to purchase breast milk
because
to drink it
full of
because
nutrients.
yeah, like there's even I'm pretty sure there's even like part of a Netflix documentary about it. Yeah.
Apparently, it's amazing on cereal.
Oh my god, all of this makes me so uncomfortable. Just like it made me like 10 times more uncomfortable when I was like nursing my child. But still now, like it gives me the ick.
Did you never
You
try
were
it?
No,
walking
ew.
around with money bags on
I'm
your
not gonna.
chest.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not gonna lie. I think if I was breastfeeding my child, I'd just
Okay,
try to taste my own titty
here's-
milk just to see what it tastes like.
I'd be
Why
curious.
I'd be too.
I
And
would
my
probably maybe-
significant other better try too.
That's like
Okay, but
yeah.
what- Let me ask you this, Beth,
Yeah.
because it grosses you out, but the rest of us are like, meh. Why does it gross you out?
I just think it's such okay, and like it sounds weird to me, even though I lived through the experience and everything. Like nursing your kid like does really create such this like strong bond, and it is such this like beautiful moment, honestly, where you can like connect with your kid in like a way that you will not ever understand unless you do that. And so just like things that step in the direction of like defiling that and like making it into something that it's not, it just makes me like it grosses me out because like I know how special it was like when I had that moment with my kid. And so like I don't know, it just
Some of us didn't get that.
there
moment.
are some I know that, but like there are just
I
like
was a
certain
soy
things in
milk
this world
baby.
that you leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
Yeah, I could see that. I'd probably be one of those people too. Like,
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't.
Like I
Like,
just
I'm curious about it, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not gonna ruin that.
yeah.
Like, I don't know. Of course, that I will never experience that, but I'd probably be the same if I could. Thought process.
It has its pros and cons.
I don't know. I feel like I would try it because if my child's eating my own fucking milk, why am I not gonna try it?
Well,
it's like sharing that.
That's
bond.
my thought.
That
It's like sharing that bond
is
still.
different. I think. I mean more along the lines of like the athletes and
Okay.
everything, and like
Got it.
it
Other
becoming
people
more
using
of,
it
like,
as
thing.
a
Yeah.
trend or
'Cause
not a
they're-
trend. But
yeah, like the like sensationalizing of it
There
and
you go.
everything. Because like I will also say that like during that time when I was like I like saved like my breast milk in my freezer for when I went back to work and all of that stuff, and like I like took a donation from another mom who had like a surplus and whatever, and like that's not weird, at least to me. Some people think it's weird. Not me. I don't care. Like a fed kid is a great kid, whatever. I don't care where it comes from. But it just a grown man doing that same thing. Like it's not for you. I don't know. Maybe that's the same reason I don't drink like cow's milk and stuff anymore either. Like
That was
is
my
it
next
really
question.
for us? Like I just don't.
I'm
It's
not
not even
really a
that good
milk
for you. I
person.
don't
No,
really
it's
drink
not.
milk.
I don't even think it really tastes that good.
The only time I drink milk is if the
I
only time
really
I
like
use
oat
milk is if
milk.
I'm baking with it and or eating cereal, and I don't
I use
do
oat milk
either.
for everything.
I eat my
Coconut
cereal
milk.
dry.
You
I don't
eat
really eat
dry
cereal.
cereal.
Yeah, I do.
I eat
What
cereal
the
bars, so I eat my
fuck?
cereal dry, I guess, too. But I use my oat milk for everything, for my mac and,
And that's the
cheese,
sensational
everything. You get the
moment.
Chobani original, and
Oh,
it
it's
just
so
tastes like
good.
oats. Like it's not sweet, but it
I
tastes
love
like
oat milk.
It's really good.
I literally like some. Obviously, I don't cut milk out. Like I eat like chocolate and shit once in a while. But give me some fucking oat milk over that whack ass cow milk.
Ooh.
Even the ice cream, I actually like. You can get like
Oh, ice
you
cream.
can get lactose free ice
Yeah,
cream now.
shoot.
So good.
There are definitely exceptions to the rule.
You
like
can
ice
get
cream
completely
and
dairy-free
chocolate.
ice cream.
That's what I just said.
It's delish.
You said lactose-free.
Well, lactose, and they also make oat milk ice cream too.
That is actually
Ooh,
pretty
the oat
good.
milk would be
I
good.
think that the brand Halo Top uses oat milk for their dairy-free.
Okay, I'm just
Oh.
gonna say I think it's weird that like almond milk and like coconut milk and that shit lasts months versus regular milk. It's just weird.
Yeah, oat milk lasts a minute.
Forever.
Well, I also like that.
Oh, look at
You think of all of the different like proteins and everything that are in like a milk from an animal versus like
Such a
it's a
baby.
nut.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that's already pretty like shelf stable for a longer period of time,
Mm-hmm.
and then you turn it into a liquid somehow. Like it's, I don't know. It makes sense to me.
You're being a bad boy. Oh, just look at
Plus,
how
on top of that,
cute.
it's refrigerated.
How can you
and
be
then
mad?
Yeah.
How can you be mad? Hi, big boy.
What was it?
I have
was
to mute
watching
it
a
a minute.
TikTok or something, or no, I was talking to coworkers the other day, and one of my coworkers spends a lot of time in like Mexico and like different countries, and she's talking about going to the market one time, like looking for eggs and milk and stuff, and like the cooler sections and stuff, and like that's like such an American thing to refrigerate like our milk and our eggs and everything.
Sorry,
What?
nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was so distracted by the conversation that I couldn't pay attention to you guys with the cats.
I'm listening.
No, you're not.
You're right.
I'm just
Oh,
jealous.
now he's venturing over to Kaylee.
They don't. Why do you?
He
don't-
is,
like,
dude.
how do they
I
because
can't believe how
Americans refrigerate so much stuff that don't need to be refrigerated.
Here's the thing, though, with the
because like chickens lay their.
But
well,
here's-
but with the eggs, if you don't wash
If you
them,
don't
they
wash
don't
them.
have to be
There
refrigerated.
is a way
Yes.
that you can clean them without washing them, but there's like a protective film around it. So if you don't remove that, they're fine forever.
And
like,
that
so
prevents
long.
salmonella.
Yeah,
That film prevents salmonella.
That's so weird.
it is.
The U.S. is like the only place that sells eggs that you
I'm
have
very.
to.
What I-
refrigerate.
Okay, no, I'm okay. I have a question, and maybe they taught us this in science class. What the? How the fuck? No. How does the egg not hatch? How are we just like getting? Are there certain eggs that
It has
just,
to be fertilized by a rooster.
A cock.
So wait, chickens just lay eggs regardless.
Yeah.
God dang.
So you can just
Oh.
buy a bunch of female chickens, and they'll just give you eggs
Yeah.
until you buy a male.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you'll have.
Then you'll have a
chicklets.
roadside business until you get the mail.
Yeah. Kaylee is broken.
And she will.
Wait,
Oops.
Can we put
Kaylee is
I
broken.
didn't know that.
an out of order sign over her or something?
What the hell?
We're gonna do the broken light bulb again.
They say you learn something new every day, and I learned something new today.
Am I on now?
You're on now.
Okay. So my weird thing is how there's a whole bunch of foods in the U.S. that are banned in other countries.
Dude, that's
Like
messed
that's
up.
that creeps me out.
That's so messed up.
Like, okay, so another thing that me and my sister were talking, because we're trying to get into like more spiritual things and like kind of how things used to be back then, of like, you know, for example, we're talking about like smoking herbs, and I'm not talking about marijuana. I'm talking about like
Actual
herbs like
Herbs.
mint or, you know, whatever. Like, this has probably been going on for so long back in the day, hundreds of years ago, that why isn't it relative to do now? Like, you're so brainwashed to think a certain way in the what's good for you and what's not good for you. It's like, let's go back to like being natural to some of the things that we used to do back then. You know what does that make sense how I'm
Yeah.
saying it? Maybe not the right way I'm saying it, but
It's probably hard to find the line though, because like I agree, there's probably a lot of things that we got rid of over time that were really good for us, a lot better than like our modern day medicine alternative. But then also at the same time, like there were like, I think it was like Indian tribes, or like there were different cultures where it was like a culturally accepted thing to like
Mhm.
drill holes in your skull
Right.
because you had spirits in your head,
Right.
and other things like that as well. So like with
It's a give and take, yeah.
finding that fine line of like what makes sense, and obviously like I
right.
don't think that
Right.
people would go that far now, but
No, I would hope not.
Back to our Reddits.
oh yeah,
My mom's super into getting all natural because she spends a lot of the time with the Amish.
it's like
Yeah.
And there's old Amish people. And they don't like going to the doctor unless, like, some of the Amish don't, but like her Amish like will if they have to.
Well, okay, sorry, we're not gonna go back on this Reddit topic really quick, but I think it's dandelion or dandelion root or whichever one is really supposed to be really good for you.
But they taught you that
But
it
they
was
taught you it was
weeds.
bad.
your
You eat the
whole
weeds
life.
and you get rid of
Mhm.
it. No, dandelion is a very good supplement. If you ever, get into
What
that.
is
I
it
think it's
used
the
for?
flower itself, actually.
It's-
I think it's the whole plant, something
it's
like
the
that.
whole-
You can
yeah.
actually do a lot with it.
It's a healing plant. I don't know exactly what it.
Heels.
I'll have to. Well, it's like a
It
multi-purpose
kills
healing, kind of like an antibiotic in a sense too. I want to say I'd have to research it,
Interesting.
but
I never knew that.
yeah, people will make like
Dandelion
I
tea.
seen dandelion tea,
Yeah.
wine. I actually seen something on TikTok, so it's kind of going back to Reddit, but
we're circling back
a little bit.
Stay
But
with
some
us.
I seen somebody on. I love TikTok. Okay, there are times when TikTok is just absolutely random and
I
retarded, and I
love
get it, and I love TikTok, but there's very useful information on there too. I think that's part of the reason why I like watching it, because you get to learn from some other people in
Yeah.
different ways. But this person was like going back to like how his grandmother used to or his mother used to make like a dandelion sandwich.
The
It was
only
weird.
inedible part of a dandelion is the stem.
Interesting.
From what they say.
Well,
Allegedly.
it's the milky substance that
Allegedly.
comes from the stem.
Oh,
That's not good for you.
okay.
This is from MSU.
Okay, they're reputable.
Mm.
Ish.
But anyway, this person was like, they took the dandelion heads off or whatever. They rinsed them out, cleaned them up really good, and then they put like butter, milk, and eggs and flour. And then they crispied it up on the pan, fried it in the pan, and they fucking ate it.
Crispied it up.
Crispied it up. But I'm like, what the hell?
They're
like,
full of
Interesting.
vitamin
wonder-
A and B12,
Okay. So
which
there you go.
B12 is the food processing
Also,
vitamin.
B12 is good for hangovers.
I
So-
didn't
Energy
know that.
too.
Dandelions can help a
B12
hangover.
B complex.
Just saying.
Just not the stem. Do not
According
eat the
to
stem.
MSU.
Do not eat
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
the stem. But they're really good in pancakes and fritters.
Mm.
So that's probably what they were making on TikTok then.
What are you guys doing for breakfast tomorrow?
Picking
Not that.
dandelions.
Anyways, back to Reddit. Bree, do you have a Reddit?
Okay, it's not a Reddit, but it's a TikTok again.
That's fine.
Okay. So back in the day when I first started watching TikTok, they used to have some awesome ass cosplay stuff on there. And this is really controversial guy. But anyway, his TikTok handle was Clap Daddy, and it was a the name had anyway. It was this they did a mafia theme. So Michael can suck my ass.
It's going so well so far.
Isn't it? And it will.
And it will.
And it
But
will.
no, all I think about is that one song. I just can't.
Which one?
Clap Daddy just reminds me of a certain song
What certain
that
song?
you showed me, and I just can't
I did?
even. Yeah, I'll play it later, but
Yeah, because I
we'll,
need to know.
we'll come
also.
back to this.
I'm
But
really-
it just
We're
reminds
gonna
me of
circle
that.
back. Anyways, Clap Daddy.
Anyway, going back to Clap Daddy TikTok. This guy's 100% canceled. But they used to do this like mafia cosplay, and everybody would start joining in, and then they ended up grouping up. So like everybody would keep what do you call it? Not switching. Help me out here. What do they do when they join the video?
Stitching.
Stitching. Thank
Or
you.
stitch
They
or
kept
duet.
stitching the video, so every other cosplayer would like go in on it and like do different like scenes and stuff like that. It was actually really cool how they did it. But let me go on this really quick because I'll tell you what he did.
Landon is judging.
Is he?
Very,
Really?
very
Both
judging.
of them. But you can still see his TikToks from like other stitches. But he was a TikTok star, Clap Daddy, accused of preying on underage trans men. Made unsolicited sexual advances in person and over the internet. So another fellow cosplayer was one of the first individuals to expose him with the alleged misconduct.
I feel like I've heard this.
Yeah, he let's see. Trying to think of how many followers he had, but he was 22, I think.
I wasn't expecting him to be so young. I'm looking at him
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is that sucks about it is, like, it was such a genius. Like, to me, I thought it was a genius TikTok. Like, how they're doing, like, this awesome cosplay. Everybody's joining in on it from all around the world. And the cosplay was actually really, really good. And then all of a sudden, you get this stuff that comes out. It's like, if you know that you're going to get into I guess you would say fame. I wouldn't even really know if you'd say it fame, but that many interested followers, like, pay attention to what you're doing. And why would you go over, like, to underage kids when you're that old? I mean, it's going to come out.
People are dumb.
I mean, that was just stupid. But if you ever look into their cosplays were really cool, I thought. But some of their collaborators, they still do their own TikToks and things like that. So, anyway, that was my story.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an interesting one. Not the funny one, but restaurants that don't allow parties of more than one for people with no friends. You make friends at the restaurant, but then you can't take them to this restaurant.
What?
So basically, like, restaurant
Oh,
won't
I
let
get
you
it.
go there with somebody else. You go there by yourself, so you meet people, but you can't go there with
With the people that you've met.
yeah.
That's interesting.
That would be interesting. Kind of a concept that Disney kind of does. I think in Epcot, the Worlds, but I can't remember what country it is. I think it's Germany.
Okay.
They have this restaurant to where they just have long tables.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it like the family style tables?
Yeah.
I mean, there's
long-
places like even in like the surrounding towns and stuff. I can think of
Oh.
one in Petoskey specifically.
Yeah, I've never
That has
been
like a
to
family
anywhere.
style table where like it doesn't
Interesting.
matter. You just sit there if there's room.
Well, I guess hibachi.
Oh, so
Hibachi's
yeah,
kind
when
of
you go
like
to-
that.
That
Hibachi and stuff.
too.
I
But
like
like this
sitting
one
there.
specifically, it has like you were explaining like this long
Mhm.
table, and it's just like it's like I think they call it like the family style table or like the community table. Maybe is what it
Interesting.
is.
Hmm.
And like it doesn't matter. Like anyone can sit there
Hmm.
for whatever.
Interesting.
Well, I think that's interesting for people that like don't like to go out and like
Meet new
well,
people.
meet new people, but like it's a safer environment. You're in public. I mean, nothing in this world is safe. I'm not gonna lie. Like nothing in this world is safe. But you cannot sit there and hold fear, like to go out and do something. Like that's one thing that drives me nuts. Like you cannot be super afraid of this world in order to like, not say accomplish your goals, but like
To do anything.
get out there to do anything. You can't let that hold you back. Like, yes, the world is fucking scary. We all know this. But I think that's a good concept for people that like are a little bit timid, don't really know anybody. No one knows anyone in this restaurant going in there. And it's like, a public environment, maybe not safe, but public environment where there's probably going to be cameras and shit like that. So, like, I think that's a pretty cool concept.
I think it's a cool concept too. I think that, like, two things. One, that, like, so I was literally just at work today talking to one of the guests that came in for a service, and something that she said to me that was, honestly, it was, like, so profound, even though, like, it's something that is a lot easier to, like, live by than you probably give it credit for. She was talking about when she went skydiving for the first time. It's this 80-year-old woman.
Oh my God.
She's incredible. I want to talk to her more because she was just fascinating. But she's like, I was in the plane about to jump, and I just thought to myself, I have two choices. I can either choose to be afraid while I'm falling, or I can choose to face my fear and be brave and enjoy the moment. Either way, I'm going to jump out of a plane. How do I want to experience this?
Interesting.
And I think that, like, in a more, like, spiritual light, like, isn't that true to be said about a lot of things?
Absolutely.
On the opposite side of that coin, though, a lot of people who are weird about going out in public socially,
Right.
I think it would take some convincing for a lot of them to go to something like that because there is no safety net.
Right.
And you have to talk to people or be okay with the fact that you're just going to exist
Right.
and be uncomfortable.
Well, I think that people have those moments of, like, you know, I really want to just go out and do it because this is going to push me to the next level of who I am.
I mean, it's the whole reason I went on my entire trip alone.
Right.
Yeah.
I could never do that. So
It was
props
hard.
to you.
It was
I couldn't-
really hard.
Well, my biggest thing is I don't like to do anything by myself. And I will fully admit that. I don't like to do it because, like, my whole thesis on it, though, is the fact that I like enjoying things with other people. Like, I don't want to just enjoy it by myself. Like, I want to be able to, like, talk to somebody about this experience while I'm going through it. I mean, clearly depends on the experience. But,
Yeah, I don't want to hear the vagina monologue.
yeah, you don't want to. Oh, that's a good title, though.
Wait,
I was not prepared.
But, like, that's just how I am. Like, I don't want to experience things by myself. Like, I would love to enjoy things with other people that I care about that wants to do it with me. Like, I don't give a shit if it's fucking grocery shopping. I do not. I get awkward in a grocery store by myself. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
I have to be on my phone or something. But, like, going into a restaurant to eat with other people that are just as awkward, would it be awkward for me? Clearly, yes, it would. But, like, I wouldn't be alone.
Yeah.
I'd have other people that are going to be there, but it's still, like, the fact of, like, going in a grocery store with a whole bunch of people that you don't know either. So
You guys would be awkward turtles together.
right. You're all there for
But
the
then
same
you're
situation.
screwed every time that you go into a place like that because then you have to repeat the process over
Right.
and over and over
But
again.
that would
Who
also
choose
help you.
to do that over and over. and
Yeah,
over
but then
again?
that would also help you if you're trying to overcome that, that's going to help you overcome it.
Either
you
that
know,
or you're
in a
just going to
sense.
decide to be a hermit.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you tried it. That's the thing.
Yeah. The concept,
Trying it.
there's definitely something there with the concept. I'll give you that. I like going to restaurants alone. I don't do it
don't.
as often as I used to, but I think it's really fun.
I can't do that shit.
I
Why?
can't either.
Just go and, like, sit at the bar and just, like, people watch.
No.
Mm-mm.
I
I
mean,
could do it.
You're a people watcher. That's why you can do it.
I freaking love to people watch. I love to just, like, sit back and, like, take in how people, like, act and interact with each other and, like, how they, like, decision make and everything. Like, I'm just so fascinated by, like, the psychology and, like, the social aspect of things.
I'm fascinated by what people wear.
Yeah, kind of me too. But
And
in a
then how
different
they
way.
do everything that you said, too.
Yeah.
Like how they interact with everyone and
Yeah.
how they present themselves with
You ever
what they're
find yourself,
wearing
like, taking notes,
mentally.
like, mentally notes. Like, I want to try that.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like if I see a really like somebody who's like really put together, like they could be like suit, dress, whatever, like I will be like, what are they doing that I'm not?
Yeah. Where did they
Specifically
veer off to
suits.
the right when I went left?
Yeah. What path did they go down? What path did they choose?
Yeah.
This one's just out there. Stupid, funny, but so we all know Ancestry, right?
Yes.
Like the website Ancestry.
Ancestry.com,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Sponsor
did.
us. Maybe not after
Maybe
this.
not after this.
Probably not after this. Ancestry.com, the incest family tree.
Definitely not after this.
Oh my
That's
God.
always what
Oh.
it comes down to. You find out that they fucked around with some brothers and some sisters.
They fucked around and found out.
Yeah, they did. And they will.
You ever see the movie Idiocracy?
No, but
No.
I've heard of it.
Well, you should. Because that's literally what's happening in our world right now. The dumb ones keep popping out kids, and the smart ones are killing themselves off.
I mean,
What are you trying to say?
Wow.
You know, like the people that literally have like 5 kids right back to back, and they're just like keep popping them out, and they're usually like the people that should just not have kids, but they next thing you know they're pregnant again. That's what I mean by that. And they just continue the cycle. And then you usually have like the smart people, like the smarter people, that like they might have 1 kid, or they just don't end up having a kid at all because they're like, well, I have a dog. Work got really hard.
Well, I've got a farm.
I feel like
Well, I'm
got
40
called
now,
out.
so and my husband
Thanks,
divorced me.
Kaylee.
There's
No
nothing
husband,
against that.
though.
I just met.
No, I'm-
yeah,
I'm
I'm
giving you
at
shit.
40 and my husband divorced me. So let's start over.
But that's the thing in this world now. I feel like people just don't want to like be up to like what the world standards were. People are going outside the standards. Sorry, this is definitely not incestuary, but
I hope not.
God, people are going outside of the fucking social norms these days.
Yeah.
100%. Like they're not getting married. They're not having kids. They can't even get a fucking house,
That's what
which
I'm
is,
saying.
you know, I mean,
half
you
of the
can't.
couples can't even get married if they wanted to.
Right. Like how, yeah, it's just a different world in the way that the world is working right now. Like nobody.
There's literally it's science. Like there's proof that like we're having less kids.
Yeah, absolutely. I seen that.
But I feel like the people that are having a lot of kids, like a lot of kids, need to stop having kids.
It's just because they want reality TV shows.
Yeah.
And they
Octomom.
get them, and it's so stupid because then people are like, "Huh, I want to watch this for 8 hours all
And they
day
will.
long and just kill all of my brain cells." I'm like, I kill
know
my brain
what?
cells, but in different
so done
ways.
You are literally killing my brain cells, and I didn't even ask for it. This is non-consensual brain cell killing.
And we will.
And we will. Oh,
Get me
shit.
out of here.
I want to hear about the incest story though.
That was it.
That was it.
That's it.
Yeah, that was it.
That's
Okay.
scary.
That's why I didn't really want to do 23andMe.
Cool story, bro.
I got 2 more and
What,
then
you
I'm
didn't
done.
want to find out? You didn't want to fuck around and find out?
I
with
did
your
not
family?
want to fuck around and find out if
I did.
Michael
My
and I
mom made
were.
us do something like that, and I found out I am very, 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 and I repeat, very white.
I am shocked.
White.
I had no idea. You
I
almost
am
blend in with the
shocked.
wall.
It makes me like
It's
my dad tried to claim that like there is Native American in me, and I'm like, that's not what this is saying. It's saying that I'm white.
Maybe that's not actually your dad.
White. That I look like my father.
You look,
You look
like
like
your
your mother.
I do, but I look a lot like
Have
my
you ever
father
heard
too.
of doppelgangers?
Yes.
I have 3.
3 doppelgangers.
They're not blood related to me at all.
And one of them's a drag queen.
So
Forgot
4.
about that one 4.
Well, from what I know, at least that's my father. He paid the child support, so.
Just because he pays the money and signs the paper
And
doesn't
honestly,
mean anything.
I ain't got no daddy in my
Accurate.
eyes, so I don't give a fuck. I don't give 2 shits. He wasn't even on the birth certificate.
Fuck
'cause
him
he
then.
wasn't there.
Fuck him then.
Jesus.
I wish mine wasn't.
It's my mother,
Wow.
Your mother is your father.
basically.
Hey,
Some are better
Props
at
to
it than
those-
actual
I don't
dads.
have a
props
father.
to single mothers
Cue
and
Meghan
single
Trainor.
fathers that have solely taken care of their children.
Mm.
I don't think I mean, obviously, if I had to, I'd figure it out. But I am so thankful that I don't have to figure that out because that is hard.
It's hard
It's
having a kid.
freaking-
You can't even fucking afford. I can't even afford myself, and I don't even fucking do anything.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, honestly, like, even when I was still with my kid's dad, like, just anything, any of the above, it's hard. So, like, like you said, like, those single parents that are doing it, like, purely single, like, Lord
purely
have
single.
mercy, they deserve
yeah,
everything.
that's really hard.
Mm. Start naming next generation fighter planes after dumb and slow animals so that other countries underestimate how effective they are. Example, the F-48 Sloth.
I thought you were going to say slut.
That too.
That would have been fast, though.
Fast and slow.
We used to call Kaylee the sloth.
My mom has a picture that she posted of the sloth from Zootopia. His
Oh
name's
my God!
Flash.
Stop.
And she posted it next to me.
Oh, my God.
When she was extremely fucking high.
You guys, I can see it
And then
though. I
she
can see
bought
it.
me the onesie. I have a Flash onesie with the hood of the sloth.
And why didn't
Actually,
we-
the
Oh
next
my
tattoo
God.
I want to get is a sloth.
I
so
wish
how
you were
funny is
wearing.
that?
I wish you were wearing that right now.
I wish you were. Can you bring it to the next podcast?
If I have to get it on my festival stuff, but yes.
Of course it's in her festival stuff.
My penguin onesie and the Flash onesie always go.
They always
They
go.
keep
Always.
me warm.
And
But
she
they're
will.
really funny because it's a I look like a penguin,
will.
or they're
Listen.
like, "Whoa, was that Flash?" I've had that happen.
Maybe next
Like
episode that
twice.
should be our theme is onesies.
I
I'll
don't
bring my
own a
giraffe.
onesie.
I don't
have
either.
one, but it's not characters.
I have a dinosaur one.
You guys
Also.
all of y'all could fit in my penguin one. It's so big. It's literally
I want a
big.
penguin one so bad. Oh my gosh.
It has a little tail and it has the flippers.
Oh, they're so cute.
My mom spent some money on that one for
Oh my
me.
God.
Last one. Cheese is just milk's attempt at being immortal.
Oh. But
I
what about
don't
moldy
know.
cheese? Oh, no, moldy
But here's
cheese.
the, okay, so
I like cheese.
Vagina cheese.
Ew.
I stand behind that.
That's how I feel about that.
I don't know if it's good or not, but I have cheese in my fridge that the expiration date is come and gone, and there's still no mold.
That's probably still tasty then.
Probably.
What
I'm
about
just nervous.
It's probably mostly
expired
plastic.
Food, no, I think that some expired food really don't expire on the expiration date.
It doesn't. The U.S. has the strictest fucking laws on expiration dates. It really does.
Shelf life. But my thing is, pop the fucker in the freezer.
Well, yeah.
Always.
There's
If I
there's
don't
still
use
a
it.
shelf life for a freezer,
I mean, yes.
but like
I think it's extended.
it.
That's like milk. I had milk that expired one day after
Yeah.
the expiration date. It still smelled fine, but I'm like, nope, grossed me out. Dumped on this.
Yeah.
I
fucking
do
drain.
think that there are a lot of things that like are good after their expiration date, but because like the United States has a lot of like really strict regulations,
brainwash.
like we are conditioned
yes.
to think like, oh no fly zone.
Yeah.
I will say one exception to that rule that I will not test at all ever because I like researched it and everything why this is a thing. Garlic confit. Did you know garlic confit, one of the most delicious things I have ever made in my life, also can give you botulism.
Fuck is botch?
What?
Botulism.
Will
Hold on.
not.
So
Eat that
I'm
one.
gonna look up the definition of botulism, but while I do that, not only am I going to test my ability to multitask, I'm not good at it right now, but garlic confit is good for 3 weeks in the freezer. Maybe no, 3 months in the freezer, and then 2 weeks in the fridge in an airtight sealed container. After that, done.
Okay, well, while you're looking
Here's
at
botulism.
Oh, you
I
got
have
it?
it already.
You got it.
I
Okay.
have it.
Go ahead.
So, botulism is a rare and potentially fatal illness caused by a toxin produced by the bacterium Clostridium. I'm not going to say it. It's botulism. The disease begins with weakness, blurred vision, feeling tired, and trouble speaking. Oops.
I was going to say, the last time I had her comfrey shit, I feel like it's still affecting me
This
now.
may
Just kidding.
be. This may then be followed by weakness of the arm, chest muscles, and legs. There's other stuff. But, okay, so. I hate you guys so much. It was a disease
My whole body went limp.
that ran more rampant in, like. Oh, what era was it? Keep talking.
Okay,
We're gonna
so
come back to
you're
this
gonna
in a
come back to
second.
that then. So my sister, I don't know what the fuck,
Dumb bitch.
Fuck you, Jessica.
Yeah, fuck you.
Anyway, her fucking obsession is with the whole thing about worms. How everyone has worms in their body. Doesn't matter. Like, you have worms. Like, not like full infested tapeworms and shit.
Wild.
No, but listen, this has been going around the internet, though. Like, have you guys never heard of this?
The worm thing?
Yeah, the
I
worm
have.
thing in the body.
I have.
Okay, so she's like obsessing over this, and I'm like, if you're that obsessive over it, why don't you fucking do something? If you think you have worms in your asshole, like fucking do something. Like, I don't know why she wants to do this fucking like body worm cleanse. I'm like, okay, go for it. Like, I know. So this bitch sends me a video the other day. This has to go with milk. So this bitch sends me this fucking video about like deworming yourself naturally, and I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. It's like you take a fucking like a whole gallon of milk, you fucking throw it in the tub with warm water, and you're supposed to crouch down with your asshole exposed and just sit there. And the instructions are you sit there for about like 30 to 45 minutes or an hour, like crouch down on your knees in a tub with your asshole out to have these worms like eventually come out of your ass.
So
and I'm
you
like,
do it?
I don't know. I should ask her. Yeah. I need to get a follow up.
I should have known that this conversation was gonna go this way, but
No, but-
I didn't hear it from the very beginning. I just heard like from the bathtub thing on
God.
because I was looking up actual like historical facts.
Yeah.
I am never prepared for some of the stuff that comes out of your guys' mouth.
But I'm like, who the fuck wants to sit there, kneeled in a goddamn bathtub for over an hour to just let these fucking worms just come out of your
Jessica.
butthole?
I'm sorry. If I hear that it works, I'm getting in the tub.
So Jessica and Kaylee.
Jessica, did it work? That's all we need to know if your asshole is clean of worms.
Why don't you snap her right now?
should.
Or if other people have
Hold
tried
on.
it, and is it a thing? And I need to know.
Well, apparently it is. Like, there's a whole thing of people, like, trying to cleanse their asshole. Look, it's not, okay, not your asshole, but it's, like, your whole body of worms.
Your intestinal system.
Are you sending this to her?
Yeah.
Jessica, did you take the asshole fucking milk bullshit? Did you do that?
The collective wants to know.
Did the worms come out of your butthole? Is all we're asking. Because they're supposed to slither out of your ass. So did you do it or not? That's all we need to know.
You're like, ugh.
You're a fucking
In
nasty
other
bitch.
news,
God.
who is ready for a history lesson?
Oh, no. Go for it.
So botulism, it first came around in Europe in like the 1700s, around 1735. It was suspected of being caused by German sausage.
Pause. Train.
Anyways,
Wait, are we back on?
Excuse me?
Yeah,
There's
we
a
can go.
video?
anyways,
Yeah.
Continue.
came around
You
in
just
the
watch someone
1700s.
soak themselves over a tub? And
Children.
Go
Beth.
ahead.
It came around in the 1700s. Was named after the Latin word for sausage. And then I guess fast forward, there was like not like a big epidemic of it or anything, but there were like a lot of cases of it back in like 1920s range in like the Midwest area because of like a bunch of people. Actually, I don't know if it was canning. I forgot that part. But anyways, it was a wave in like our region, in like the 1920-ish region and everything. But like canners now like have to like do certain things to protect their canned foods from it, and like the garlic confit specifically like is very susceptible to it because like it's picky. And so that's one thing, long story short, that I will not mess with as far as like the expiration dates. Full circle, bringing it back. I remembered this time, thank you. Because I don't want to die from botulism.
That's why they say if you have dented cans, you should be careful.
I never knew that before.
Yep.
It made so much more sense when I learned that.
Yeah. I gotta have my sister send me the video. 'Cause I don't
The
have
worms
it.
that are in your butt are called pinworms.
Well, okay. So pinworms are different. Like, that's not what I'm talking about like your whole.
Scratch around your anus.
Right. When you're itchy, when your ass is itchy and it's continuously itchy, it's pinworms. But what I'm talking about is just like the normal worms that are in your body, not just your ass.
There's a name for it. What is it?
I don't-
Ringworm?
No, it's just
No.
it's a natural worm. Everybody's got worms. Everybody's got fucking, fucking germs and shit and all that nastiness. It's just a general worm within your body. Everybody has them.
There's a list.
don't fucking do it 'cause it's gonna gross me the fuck out. Like,
Yeah, don't do it.
I think about this shit sometimes, and I'm like, damn, I literally just have a skin sack full of blood. Like, I'm serious. I'm like, dude, I could just cut open my don't just cut open your skin. I'm just saying, like, I could just slice and I have just blood. Like, what the fuck is this? It's a skin sack, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just
disgusting.
fucking weird.
That's
I
like
got
the start of,
bones
like
underneath
some
the
sci-fi
skin.
movie in the 80s or something.
Fucked
Yeah,
up.
am I the only one that thinks like that?
Yes.
Sometimes? Okay.
Yes,
am
you
I?
are.
Damn it.
I found the
No.
name. I found the name of the ones that you're talking about for the butt.
Not the
No.
pinhorn.
No.
No. It's not generally
it's the
butt.
It's the one. It's the one. Like they come out of your butt
Tapeworms.
and lay eggs in the middle of the night.
But that's not the exact
No,
word I'm
these are the
talking about,
natural ones.
though. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. Please don't. Please don't. I don't want to hear it.
They're called thread. They're
Honey,
called
you
threadworms.
have ripped that conversation off like a band-aid, and it is way
It's
too
gonna
late
gross
to
me
turn
out.
back now.
It's going to gross me out.
Just say it when she's not expecting it, please.
Threadworms. Threadworms.
That's
Like
cool.
a needle and thread.
Yeah, that's cool.
Even better. So they're probably like that skinny too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gross.
You would never know.
They also are in your fingernails.
That's disgusting.
That's like you have fucking bugs on your eyelashes and shit.
No wonder.
Yeah,
my
that come
eyes
out
are
in the middle of the night while you're sleeping
Yeah.
and have sex on your face.
Yeah.
You want to know what random fact disturbs me to this day that I learned like 15 years ago? It makes me lose sleep sometimes.
I don't know if I want to hear it.
Go for it.
Did you know that on average Americans consume 5 spiders a year
That's false.
Yeah,
in
that's
their
gross.
sleep?
That's false.
Thank God.
It is very false. It was actually debunked. I watched a whole video on it because I'm terrified of spiders.
Where were you 15 years
Hate
ago?
spiders.
Thank God.
Those fuckers.
They're because they don't like moist places, so they don't go in your mouth.
Maybe it's not a spider they were talking about.
They go up your butt.
They go.
I-
with that. Your asshole swallows them.
Ew.
Ew.
Have you ever had a reverse fart?
Well, I mean, with,
I've had a front fart. Have you ever had a front
Queef
fart?
test.
No, I don't have a vagina to have a queef.
Oh my God. Okay. Can we go back to something
Well, we
Trailer-
need
are we
one.
almost-
We need one to wrap it up. Beth needs
trailer
to do
trash Tammy. It's all you need to know.
Queef test.
Yes, dude. This bitch is fucking hilarious on her podcast. That's all I'm gonna say. This
Oh my
bitch was talking
God.
about fucking ripping ass. No, this one girl. I sent this video to you. This one girl didn't know what a fucking queef was. And I'm like, how do you not know what a queef is? Like the fuck. Anyway.
her. So
definitely
Beth,
down
you
there.
wanna wrap us up with your Reddit thread? Did you ever find one?
No.
Oh,
I mean, I have
honey.
like
She did
I
botulism.
have like the gist of one that it was lame, but like no, because I didn't think that any of them were good enough.
Well,
I hold
Okay,
really high
well then-
standards.
the wrap up is
I have one.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kaylee.
go ahead,
go
Kaylee.
for it,
I don't know-
Kaylee.
I don't know if it's good or not actually, but I saw it earlier, and it was this guy posted on Reddit. It was off my chest, and it was my husband, or actually it was a girl. Sorry, my husband kink makes me sick. She's like, I'm just gonna. She's like, I'm pretty open and willing to try anything, but tonight I don't know where to start. I just took a boiling hot shower and scrubbed every inch of myself and still don't feel clean. And I'm like, girl, what? She's like, so my husband likes anal/prostate massage. I don't like how she said massage. She's like, that doesn't really bother me. He'll put a toy in while we do our thing and everything is fine. He says it makes his more intense. However, tonight he wanted me to actively use a toy on him while I go down on him, and it was the biggest turn off. I was excited to try, but everything I did was wrong. Normally just going down on him on a normal day is enough to get him there, so I thought this should just make it better. Anyway, he told me to do it harder, then yelled at me that it was too rough, and I tried following his instructions, and nothing seemed to work. He didn't get very hard, and things kind of went on like this until he literally pushed me off and did everything himself. And he perked up once I wasn't involved. And for the first time since I've met this man, I was just repulsed by him. I feel terrible. I literally walked out of the room while he did his business because he didn't need me there. I had to take a shower because I felt dirty. He didn't even notice that I left.
Oh my god.
I feel gross, embarrassed, unattractive, and worried. I don't know how to talk to him about this without making him feel bad. I don't even know if I'm looking for advice, but I have absolutely no one I could talk to about this.
Oh my fucking god. And she will.
No, I'm sorry. If I was with someone and that happened, I'd be like, do you want to break up? No. I'd be like, what the fuck was that? Are you like... I'd be pissed. I'd be like WWE in that hoe right there. I'd be
Oh.
like, you can get a toy in yourself and you're fine. Like, boy, he probably can't even eat pussy that good. Let's be real.
Probably not.
You probably suck a dick though.
Maybe
That's
so.
what it sounds like.
I don't know. I'd be a little upsetty, and I would definitely be like, yo. Pretty sure she said husband. She married that man. I'd be like, you good? Like, we gonna figure this out? Or because, like, if you do it yourself, then, like, the girl, I know from men's experience, she is not getting anything. So, like, what, you know, like, I'm sure he got what he needs. He's not producing. You know what I mean? There's very few men out there that are gonna continue doing that, especially when they got the ring on there. They're just like, me.
Anyways,
And what?
Bree, you got a good follow up for that?
I do, actually.
Oh no.
Thanks, Jessica, for the great content you're sending your
Fucking
sister.
A.
And I'm
Oh.
surprised you didn't get this in the group chat, Michael.
Oh God.
Does anybody know what iglooing is?
I feel like I've heard about this recently.
I
But
don't
can't
think you
remember.
have.
Does it have
I've
to do with
never heard
Eskimo
it.
sisters?
No, it's because that's what I thought. Podcast God, do you want to do the honors of iglooing? What does iglooing mean by Urban Dictionary?
Oh my God.
Because let's see what this result says, because this video explains it.
I'm concerned. Was it in the group chat?
No, she should.
Oh.
I'm surprised she didn't send it to you though. That's my same exact fucking reaction. Go ahead, say it to the collective. He can't even say it. He can't even say it. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. This is why people get worms.
I feel like this has something to do with poop.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Iglooing. To shit in a condom and freeze it. Thus creating a fecal dildo.
Oh.
No.
And they will.
They will.
How fucked up and disgusting.
Who? Someone
We have another one.
was
This
so
is-
desperate one day that they were like, how can I let me shit in a condom?
I'm so glad I
They
didn't Google
stuffed
image
shit
search
But
that.
my
condom.
thing is, how do you fit the shit in a, like, do you stretch that fucking out to
You gotta
like
get a
both
magnum.
ass shit?
Hold on.
Yeah.
This one is better. This one will help explain that a little bit more. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could do that one the same again though. Iglooing. When one man has a big shit, then another man wraps it in cling film and puts it in the freezer.
That's what it was.
Once hard, the second man then proceeds to put it back in the first man's ass.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking disgusting. It's like two girls in one cup. Bitch,
I mean,
get the fucking
Two guys,
shit.
one condom.
Oh. And they will.
And they will.
And they will.
And they will.
So the
I need to go
update
take
on
a
my
shower.
So Michael and I just got an update from my skank bitch sister, and she has not tried it. So
So good to know.
What
Yeah.
a shame.
I,
I
can't
know.
Yeah.
wait to see her at work.
Tell her we
asking
need
about
it for
milk
content.
bathtubs and fucking tapeworms.
What up, girl?
Tell her we need it for content.
How was your
Yeah.
bath?
Did you get that asshole clean?
Make it sparkle.
Anyway,
Wow.
that's
Wow.
information I didn't need to know for the rest of my life. But my sister's a
I-
sick, nasty bitch.
Yeah,
and
she is.
She likes to think that I want that information, so that's cool.
Anyways, it has been nice.
Don't go
I'm
poop
just gonna
schooling.
go sit in a
Poop
corner
schooling.
and hug myself.
Poop
I'm gonna go.
Stop.
I'm
Iowa.
I'm actually really interested on getting on Reddit now.
I'm going to go home. Well, I'm already home. I'm going to go take a shower and scrub myself because I feel dirty.
I want to eat a burger.
Oh, can we get
And then
Taco
take
Bell?
a shit and freeze
Can
it.
you get Taco Bell delivered?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Can we do this?
Yeah, let's.
I had Culver's and I still want Taco Bell.
I want my quesarito.
Okay, guys.
We're gonna go get
Listen.
Taco Bell. Bye, bitches.
Listen.
Tacos and assholes.
Bye.
Bye.
Night, night, little podcast. No ifs, ands, or buts. We're gonna end the show right here. There's no need to fuss. The gang all says goodnight.
Good night.
All our friends say goodnight too. Au revoir, goodbye, and bon voyage. We'll be back real soon. That was much better.